Hi, Jim. How are you?
Fine, Joe. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Listen, before we get into too much in-depth discussion, I just want to quickly kind of go over confidentiality with you. Everything we
I
say...
won't tell anybody I saw you. That's all right.
That's okay.
I don't want anybody to know I was here.
Whatever we say here will be kept confidential. There's about 2 or 3 caveats to that. One would be a court order where I'd have to break that confidentiality. Another one would be if you admitted that you were going to either harm yourself or another person. And then the third one, if you told me that you had participated in either elder abuse or child abuse. Outside of those 3 things, everything in here is confidential.
Okay.
So tell me.
That's good.
What brings you in today?
I'm kind of at my wit's end. I don't know what to do. I got fired about 6-7 months ago, and I had a good job. I was there like my whole life. 25 years, and I had some savings built up. We got a nice house in the suburbs, but I feel like I just worked and worked and worked so I could take it easy and retire someday, and it's all just blown up. I lost my job and just been eating through the savings. And the savings is gone. So it's like everything I worked my whole life for it's just gone, like in 6 months. And I just know what to do. I don't have anything to look forward to.
So you lost your job 6 months ago, and you've been digging into your savings to live. And
yeah, it's running out now.
I take it you're married, and do you have any kids?
Yeah. I got 4 kids. 2 in college and 2 in high school, and I always thought that I'd be able to pay for their college, and now I can't. And oh my God, my wife. She's a problem. Just her. She's she says she's supporting me, but supportive of me, but she's mad. She's working at Wendy's. For God's sakes. She used to sit around and go play tennis with all the ladies in the neighborhood, and they'd get their nails done and eat lunch out every day, and she had it pretty easy. And now she's embarrassed, and she doesn't hang out with them anymore, and she's working at Wendy's, making French fries, and she's been drinking. She's an alcoholic. She gets drunk every day, and she's angry at me.
So to get back to your job situation, have you been looking?
Yeah. I looked at first, but I've always just worked in the factory, so back when I got to back when it used to just be everybody got a job because you knew somebody,
right?
Like, hey, and everybody was hiring. The economy's horrible right now, and I don't know anybody anymore. They don't want to hire a 50-year-old guy. They want to hire somebody who's 22 and can work 18 hours a day, and
right.
So I'm looking, but yeah, you can just tell. There's no way in heck they're even considering me.
Okay. So you've lost your job, been out of work for 6 months. Your marriage, your wife is a little bit problematic, so to speak.
That's a polite word for it.
And what, you just kind of feel like you've gone through your life savings and what, you're at your wit's end?
Yeah. The money's gone. It's run. I paid the bills last night, and it is gone. I have nothing. I don't know what to do now.
So
I'm going to stop.
So you feel pretty helpless.
Yeah, I have to stop paying the bills. So I know that in 30, 60 days, it's going to be, their mortgage company. I tried to call them and explain to them, and they wouldn't,
Right.
They told me they'd send me a package. I'd get it in 60 days, but they're going to start foreclosure, and I'm going to lose our house, and I'm just. So I don't know what to do.
Do you feel safe yourself physically? Or have you had thoughts of maybe suicide?
I've thought about it probably like everybody does, but not seriously. I'm not gonna. I wouldn't do that to my kids.
Would you have a means?
Yeah. I have a gun. I've always had. We have guns. You used to have a cabin out in Ripley. We'd go out and shoot, but I sold it, and that money's gone too. I mean, I've sold my Harley. I sold my cabin.
Right.
I mean, I'm selling shit, for God's sakes. I mean,
So
but,
ha-
but I'm out of money. But so
Have you thought about what life would be like for your family if you did commit suicide?
yeah, at first I thought, maybe they'd be sad for a couple weeks, and then they'd be all right, and they might actually be happier. But especially my wife. But I wouldn't do that to my kids. I know they love me. They'd miss me. I mean, so I'm not going to kill myself.
So from that aspect, you're in a safe place,
Yeah.
psychologically.
Yeah. You don't need to worry about that. I'm fine.
Okay.
I
I'd
may
like.
become a heroin addict in a third world country, but
Well, okay.
that's probably a lot safer today than it used to be, from what I hear.
Let's take a minute and talk about what some of the alternatives that might be out there to maybe enhance your ability to find another job.
If I could get a job, everything would be great.
That seems to be the top priority right now.
That would fix a lot of
and
problems.
that would probably, as you say, fix a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And you said you had applied for some jobs, but they really haven't gotten anywhere. And
Yeah, you can just tell. I mean, all I've ever done is the factory. I mean, being replaced by robots.
right,
My wife, I went home and, my buddy actually used to work beside me in the factory, and he got laid off, about 6 months before I did. And he went home and told his wife that he got replaced by this machine that, was only like this big and did everything that he did, only better and faster. And so she divorced him because she went and bought one. That's a joke.
okay. So let's talk about support mechanisms before we get to what your options are. Do you have any close friends or close family members that you can kind of lean on during this period where you feel like your life's kind of out of control?
Well, it depends on what you mean by lean on. If it's go over and have a beer and talk and, social support, yeah. If
Yeah.
it's, hey, I need to borrow $2,000, no.
No, I understand that, but it's probably more important from the social support aspect that you've got somebody that you can talk with, even as a sounding board. That in and of itself can be therapeutic.
Yeah.
So, in other words, you don't feel like you're just out there by yourself on an island.
No.
Okay. To get back to looking for a job, there's some options out there. One is called Ohio Means Job Cincinnati. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's it's actually a job center located down on Central Parkway, and they have free workshops on interviewing skills, how to write cover letters, how to put together a resume. They also have career coaching services, and it's all free. It's all funded by the government.
Really?
And and you can just walk in there, and they'll take your information in, and you basically have a career coach for a time being while you're out there looking. They also, on the flip side of that, they also have a network of employers in Cincinnati who they might say, I need 50 people. And so they know about that, and they know that you're looking for a job and there might be a fit that way. So they not only have people looking for jobs, they have employers looking for employees.
And it's all free.
And it's all free. So, and sometimes they'll have job fairs and that kind of stuff, but they've got these free educational workshops on, you'll do some mock interviews and that kind of thing. And it's really beneficial for somebody who maybe has been out of the job hunting business for
that
a
would help me
long
a
time.
lot. That would help me a lot.
The other thing is, as far as, your finances and what have you, there's a government website that's called makinghomeaffordable.gov. And I suggest you go out there and check that out, because they will help you if your house is going to be foreclosed on, what your different options are on that. So I think that would also be beneficial. And then there's also Hamilton County Jobs and Family Services, and they take care of a myriad of social social services. If you got it to the point where you couldn't, feed yourself or feed your family, they would work on getting you on food stamps and that type of thing. So there are some options out there, and I think from somebody like you who had success in the past as far as being employed for a long time, and do have strengths, or you wouldn't have been employed that long. Somebody saw some value in you for 25 years, and I think that's the thing you should really kind of focus on, or we should talk about your strengths more so than weaknesses, because one of the keys in getting a new job, it's going to be having, a little self-confidence and feeling good about yourself. And so I think these three things would be excellent ways to kind of get you started as far as going down the road of finding a new job.
That sounds good. Like, what do I do first? Like, how do I?
Well, I would definitely.
I don't know how to do all that stuff.
You're familiar with the computer and on the web.
Yeah.
I'll give you this website address as far as makinghomeaffordable.gov. Mm-hmm. Just go out there, just kind of surf their site, so to speak, and see what kind of options they have. They might have recommendations that you can go back and talk to your lender and what have you if you're getting really in a bad way regarding your payments. Mm-hmm. But I would definitely go to the Ohio Means Jobs Cincinnati, down on Central Parkway. I know they've got they have an orientation every Monday morning at like 9 a.m.
Okay.
And it only lasts about an hour. They get you hooked up with a career coach. Mm-hmm. So I'd probably get down there maybe around 8:45, mm-hmm. and I think get you started there. Do some mock interviews, maybe go over cover letters and resumes and that kind of thing. And then the other thing is to go back and regarding friends and family. I want you to be able to come back to me in a couple of days. Okay, or 2 or 3 days, make an appointment when you leave. But I'd really like for you to say, I've been down to Ohio Means Jobs Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. I've gone out and surfed makinghomeaffordable.gov. Mm-hmm. And I've gone out to the Hamilton County Jobs and Family Services website to see what kind of options they may have for you. And then the last thing is, I'd like you to come back with a list of either close family or close friends that you've identified as supports as you're going through this really difficult time.
Okay, I can do that.
And, you pretty much assured to me that you're in a safe place. We always want to ensure our clients' safety and the safety of their loved ones, and, whether it's friends, family, co-workers, that type of thing. And I think we're clear there. But if you could make a commitment, so you're willing to do those 3 or 4 things that I just outlined.
Yeah, if you could write them out for
me.
So
I'll tell you what. I'll just
no, I can do all that.
Okay.
I'm excited about the job place. That sounds great.
It's I'm very familiar with those people, and they're really good people.
I'll do all that with
okay.
I'll come in next Friday again.
Okay, that sounds great.
All right.
Okay, thanks, Jim.
Thank you, Joe.